everybody. It's Friday, and I've got 3 journals to share with y'all. I've got 2 here made out of a dinner napkin, and one that is just my regular style. So we'll start with that one. This measures 8 by 5 3/4. Got some really pretty lace. This is from the pocket on the inside. And it's done in a little swirly pattern. You'll see the back a little bit more. And I used, oh good Lord, I think it's Screech Owl. Could be. But it's called Claire's Diary. And I used her kit. Throughout, I made a bow out of muslin and put a little flower bud there, rosebud. And then it's got some different fabrics. A little patch that says Grateful. And there's the back, really pretty fabric, and the lace from the pockets on the inside. And I'll show you those. The tie is made out of denim. This was a real pretty napkin, and I kept the lace on it. And that is hand stitched. On the other side, I could see that somebody hand stitched that. I got this at an estate sale. And I put in this notebook, and it's got fabrics and laces throughout, different pages, just all different kinds of stuff. We all like stuff. There's a pocket with 2 cards, and it's on newspaper. That's like newspaper, feels like newspaper. Coffee guide papers, and this is a tuck spot here. Just neato bonito. Love that. There's the front again. And I stitched it in a chocolate because I thought it went really nice with the edges. And got a piece of ephemera back here, and I put a piece of lace up here. And this is a glassine bag that's a pocket, and this is from the kit. And just some different fabrics. And I put in, it's got a tuck spot behind, and then the envelope inside itself. Put in one of these little doodad cards. And then this with a little mini pearl. Mini pearl, get it? Yeah, gotta get out more. And then this tucks behind, so it sticks up a little bit. Over here's a little bow and a beautiful lady with some sparkly yarn. Now, this is the kit part, but this I added the image. So that's not, I just added over the images that were there. This is a piece of lined, very faintly lined paper with ephemera behind it, some fabric, and over here's a pocket, and I used some of the trim from the napkin, and isn't that pretty? It's a pretty image. And then 2 cards. Another piece of ephemera back here with some lined paper, little part of that lace, some different laces here. And this is, again, I added this over and stitched around it. And then the background is part of the kit. And these are from the kit, and they lift up with a piece of ephemera behind for extra journaling. And over here is a little envelope that got some different fabrics here. This is from the kit, and then I added this image over it and stitched around it. And it's got a little card that fits inside the envelope, and then 2 more that go behind the envelope, so they kind of layer really nicely. Over here's a lot of different fabrics, a piece of ephemera for the background, and 2 tags. A nice writing space here with some really pretty images. And this is a big belly band with some different fabrics. And then there's a piece of ephemera behind. And this lifts up. And I put this card there. With some, made out of a old recipe book that I have. And I put some cardstock over it for extra writing. I have so much ephemera. I'm working on a book where I'm just using my ephemera, and I'm loving it. So that'll be for next week. Different laces coming over from the other side in the stitching. And again, some lined paper here and here with lace running down the edge. Piece of ephemera with the lined paper. This kind of style motivated me to create a book that I'm currently working on, and I'm really liking how it's coming out. A little card here. This is just a mixture. Like this image here is from Medieval Mirage, but I thought it went really good with the colors of this kit. And this is part of the kit here. And then I put this image on top and sewed around it. And see, I would write right over that. And it looks pretty when you do that. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to mess it up. But trust me, it looks wonderful. Some different fabrics here and a flower with a giant tag and a little stamping. Another belly band here with a whole bunch of different fabrics, and this lifts up so you can write here. That's the stitching from the other side. And then I put in 2 big cards. Well, a big card and a medium card. Let's say that. Yep, get in there. And over here is a real pretty image, and I made a really big bow with some seam binding and then a fabric pocket. And I put in this card. This is a pretty cabinet card for extra writing. Y'all can hear Sammy in the background. Do you hear? She's looking outside. She must see something I don't. And again, this is from Medieval Mirage, but this is from the kit. And they look good together. I am in the mood to use up scraps. That's not scraps, but things that I printed out that I printed out too much of something. And I'm trying to use those up because as y'all know, those things will pile up on you so fast. Another piece of ephemera for the background here. And some lined paper and stitching. Isn't that pretty? Got a pocket here made out of the same napkin. And a big piece of ephemera back here. And that's from the kit. It's the same image I used on the cover with a bunch of different fabrics and laces. And there she goes. Sammy Jo says hello. She's getting back to her old self. She had some skin issues, and the vet got her fixed up, and she's doing good now. Another cabinet card here. And I love this little envelope idea, so I used it again and put some cheesecloth and some different fabrics with a brad. And then put that on the inside. This is from the kit, but this is not. I added that on top. And then tucks behind. Tucks behind. Cute. Another little tuck spot here with a pretty card. I love the scalloped edge on that and the flourish. And this is from that 1945, 1941 workbook that I have. It's a nice piece of ephemera. I'm loving that book, and I know there's probably only one in this town. Another image here. And I used it again. These are all, what's written on here, he wrote things that, he obviously was some type of an engineer, but all these places are here, my hometown, that he wrote about, And I put this card in here. I don't know where I got it. I had it in my stash. But it opens up and you can keep whatever you like in it. It's like a tea bag. Another pretty image with a whole bunch of fabrics peeping over from the other side. Look at all that yumminess. Yummy. Piece of ephemera here with some lined paper. And I just curl the edges on the, just take my finger and run it like that after I've laid it down, and it just tears and moves and it looks all old. Another bow here. Pretty lady. Some ephemera and more of that paper. When you write over these lines, I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. It's so faint, but you don't even see them after you've written over them, which is really nice. Looks like your handwriting is perfect. This is a glassine bag with the image from the kit, some laces, and a little rosette there. And inside the bag, I put a nice long card. And then behind it is another card. And this is the other side. It doesn't have the stitching. The dinner napkins only have stitching on one side, the side that's folded up. And inside I put a little card holder. This is some poetry book that I have, and some laces and some fuzzies, and a piece of ephemera on the back. And then I added a bunch of cards in here. Piece of ephemera there. Life's most beautiful things are not seen with the eyes, but felt with the heart. And then some vintage ladies. And there we go. And there's the back again. All that swirly yumminess in the front. Well, thank y'all so much for being here with me this Friday. And I've got 2 more videos to do, so I will see y'all very shortly in those videos. Bye-bye, everybody.